Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and for the first time ever that feels really weird to say. That's pretty much been the opening to my videos for about the past 5 years, but not only am I now using it to address all the people that are watching my videos, I'm also using it to directly address the powers that be behind the platform as well. Hi, if we haven't met before, I'm a video creator from the west coast of Canada. I started out doing general vlogs and videos and then eventually realized that my home is booktube. I've been making weekly videos of everything I read, watch, and listen to for almost 4 years straight, and through this community I've made friends, done collabs, and created projects. If you had told me 5 years ago that I would have over 700 videos on this channel and the type of content that I create now, I might not have believed you. Especially because back then I didn't realize I was queer. That's something I figured out in a random field in Eugene, Oregon on a transit road trip to VidCon 2016. Listen, I get it. Queer isn't everyone's cup of tea when it comes to words because of the long history of derogatory use of that word. I'm old enough to remember people yelling it to each other in the hallways in high school thinking it was an insult. Despite that, it is a succinct way to talk about people in my community without unintentionally leaving somebody out. Anytime I just say LGBT or even LGBTQ+, I can't help but feel like I'm leaving out the AIOP2 folks that are so often not included in the queer community. These folks are often left behind in discussions of queer identity, and I don't want to do that. Queer, therefore, is an umbrella term and is a more inclusive way to talk about our history and theory. For some folks, queer is their sexual and/or gender identity. The issue I'm here to address is this. YouTube automatically deletes comments that have the word queer in them. They don't get filtered as spam, they aren't held for review, they are automatically deleted. There is no way for the video creator to access them. I first noticed this about a year ago, and if it wasn't for the fact that it was a comment that was made by a friend of mine that I was able to contact on a different platform, I might not have noticed the pattern. For all I know, people quickly delete their comments for all types of reasons, but this wasn't that. My friend simply recommended a book to me, Genderqueer by Maya Kobabe, but the comment was automatically deleted, and when I checked with my friend, they didn't delete it. When the little notification comes up from the YouTube studio saying that I have a comment, I click it pretty quickly. I'm excited to engage with my audience about the topics I bring up in my videos. In the notification page of the app, you get a little preview of what the comment is. It's the first few lines of the comment, and without fail, anytime I click on a comment that has the word queer in that preview, it is suddenly no longer available. It happened again just the other day on my A to Z of Queer Lit Part 7 video, and since I don't know the user, I wasn't able to answer their question directly. I did post an answer on a couple of other platforms though, so if you're not following me in other places, the links to do that are always down below. Side note, and to answer that question, I don't think I've actually read any queer westerns, but from what I've heard, Upright Women Wanted is fantastic, so I'm excited to read that one. I'm also told that Wranglestone is a 2020 queer YA release that is a western that has to do with zombies, so that immediately went on my wish list. This recommendation from my friend George also made me realize that I need to look up westerns and the history of westerns and what that genre entails, but that's a different video. I would like to think that deleting comments with the word queer in it is not intentionally malicious. Perhaps it originated as a way to deal with rude troll comments. However, I have seen some particularly heinous comments in my day, so I really wonder what would be on that automatic deletion list. Unfortunately, as we've seen above, if you automatically delete comments with the word queer in it, you are negatively impacting the queer community. Anytime we want to talk about certain books or queer theory, or I want to thank people for participating in the Queer Lit Readathon, a biannual readathon that's been happening for 3 years now, we have to self-censor so that our comments post properly. Think about it. Every time I want to thank somebody for making a TBR video, or to be read for those not in the booktube community, I have to intentionally misspell the name of my readathon so that the comment posts. Every time I do this, I feel like I have to cover up a little bit of who I am, and I don't like that. We should be able to be proud of who we are, and we should be able to speak to our own community without censorship. So this is me, one of millions of queer creators on your platform. Please YouTube, stop erasing the queer community. When it comes to my corner of the platform, we just want to be able to talk about queer books in peace, but obviously this extends to other parts of the platform as well. If you are worried about bullies and trolls, at least put these comments in held for review instead of automatically deleting them. If you are a fellow queer content creator, I encourage you to speak up about this. Feel free to comment down below as to if you knew about this issue or how this issue impacts you. Feel free to share this video to the rest of the community, or if you are someone who knows someone who knows someone who could get this in front of the powers that be at YouTube, please start that chain. The last time I was in the room with somebody at YouTube, I was able to point out that the algorithm recommended my own videos to me in the sidebars when I was watching videos, and obviously that's not great for click-through rate because I'm not going to click on my own videos. And lo and behold, that problem is cleared up, so let's clear up this one now. Do what you can to speak up about this. It is no secret that queer creators have been hit with other issues on this platform, such as being branded as not family-friendly and therefore having their ad revenue affected by that. We need to do better, and this platform needs to do better. Let me know what your favorite queer book is down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You might also want to hit that notification bell if you actually want my videos to show up in your subscription feed. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you are here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you're on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I recently set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that is down below, as well as the link to my PayPal and my Amazon wishlist in case you want to buy me a book. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Side note, and to answer that question, I don't think I've personally read any queer westerns. Wow, it's hard to say.